Hello, this video will go over the rules and some game variants to BEERtle Royale, the drinking battle card game where your drink is your life. In BEERtle Royale, your objective is to dwindle down your opponent's life forces to nothing using a combination of fighters, spells, weapons, and armors. Each player's life force in the game is their drink. All players must begin with the same volume of liquid, preferably your favorite beer, but the actual drink does not matter, just the volume. It's also a good idea to grab a side drink to sip on during the game. Shuffle the playing cards together. There are 126 cards in the deck, so you might have to have more than one person working on this. Then split the deck into 3 even piles face down. These will be the draw piles, and players may draw from any of the piles at any time they need. Now every player draws 5 random cards from any of the piles, no order necessary. It's first come first served. And the play starts with the first player who calls dibs. The player whose turn it is will draw 1 card and play 1 card. There are 4 different types of cards in BEERtle Royale: fighters, spells, weapons, and armor. Fighters are the main force to do damage with. A fighter has its stats displayed at the bottom of the card as attack over defense. For example, this fighter, the internet troll, has an attack of 4 and a defense of 0. We will get into how to battle with them in a minute. Some fighters may also have special effects to their cards, like the fighter, a pile of shit, which gives 3 damage to all other players once you end your turn. Players may invoke royal privilege if at any time during their turn they have a fighter with king or queen in their name. This allows that player to draw and play an additional card that turn. Additionally, any card that states they are free to play do not take up the play 1 slot, effectively playing an additional card that turn. Spells are cards used for advanced plays. Spells can be instant played, face down traps, or slap down cards. Instant played spells have an immediate effect on the game once played, like Mind Warped, which can force an opponent's fighter to attack its player. Face down traps must be played on the player's turn but can be activated after being played whenever the card's effect applies, like the spell, Why So Serious, which will be laid face down until an opponent player laughs. This card can then be activated, giving them 5 damage. Slapdown cards must be slapped down onto the playing area. The game cannot move on until someone picks up and reads the card out loud. There are an equal amount of slapdown spells that will either harm or benefit the player who picks up and reads the card. For example, the Ice Cream Party spell causes 3 damage for every other player who did not play or pick up the card. Weapons can be equipped to a fighter to add additional bonuses to them, like increased attack. There are no limits to how many weapons a fighter may have equipped. Armor provides a small bit of protection in the game, blocking attacks from fighters and sometimes spells. If you have an armor out and it does not break, no other player can attack your fighters or you directly. Once an armor is broken, it is discarded and acts as if it was not there. For example, this armor, the helm, will block any attacks that are 4 or more. However, if attacked by a 2 or lower, you will discard the helm and take the damage. So, when do you drink? Anytime you lose health in the game, you drink that much health loss. This can be done either with effects from spells or attacks with fighters. Once a player's life force is diminished to nothing, they die and are out of the game. The last player left standing is the winner. You can attack a player directly with a fighter if the player does not have any fighters out to defend themselves. In this case, the player attacked will take damage equal to your fighter's attack. So, the zombie T-Rex will cause the player to take 5 damage or 5 drinks. If the player you want to attack has a fighter in play, you must destroy their fighter before you can attack them directly. You can attack and kill an opponent's fighter with your own only if your fighter's attack is higher or equal to the opponent's defense. Once a fighter is killed, it is discarded and its owner loses health based on how much higher the attack was versus the defense. If you attack the opponent's pile of shit fighter with the zombie T-Rex, the result will be the pile of shit being discarded and the opponent player taking 3 damage. If the attacking fighter's attack power equals the defense of the defending fighter, then the defending fighter gets a chance to attack back immediately, with the same rules applying. For instance, if you attack the opponent's Queen Bee with your Bohemian Queen, the result will be both fighters being discarded and you taking 2 damage. A fighter may attack in the same turn it is played. and once every turn until it is killed. A player may distribute their multiple fighters' attacks to different opponents. There is not an official drink size, at least not until BEERtle Royale is included in the official Olympic Games, fingers crossed. If players think another player is not taking adequate sized drinks though, it is recommended that you put aside your differences to team up against this wimpy drinker. BEERtle Royale. This is the normal game type, free for all with all normal rules applying. Circle of Pain. In this game type, players may only direct attacks and spells at the player to their left. Any spells or fighters that have an effect that is non-selective may still work on any player. Team BEERtle. Split up into any teams you want. All negative effects on the cards will not affect any member of your team except yourself. All other rules stay the same. Last team with one member alive wins. On behalf of StrySoul Games, we would like to thank you for your support of BEERtle Royale. We hope that you are having a blast with your friends and loved ones. If you like the game enough or have any questions, let us know on Facebook or tweet us at StrySoul Games. We are working hard on future games, so be on the lookout for news on those. We would like to ask that you drink responsibly while playing BEERtle Royale. Do not drink and drive, and be safe with your actions while intoxicated. But of course, have fun.